Jo, und damit herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen React von mir und dem Basti. Wir schauen uns heute von Frostmare TV Scariest Videos Found by Scared People Part 10, I guess, an.
10.
Und
Keine
ja,
Ahnung.
wir schauen da mal rein und schauen mal so, was die so für Scary Clips haben. Ne?
Ja, Mann, so als Abwechslung zum guten alten Bizarre-Bab. No,
Yes.
den wir jetzt schon tot geschaut haben, glaube ich, wenn es so weitergeht. Aber, ew.
The following video is
Rein.
going to take us on a spine-chilling adventure with Caden and his friends as they set out on a camping trip in the eerie
Big
woods
spannend.
of Arizona. Now, normally Caden's vlogs are all about everyday life, but this time they stumble upon something truly bizarre. Let's dive into the mystery. Caden and his friends had just arrived at their campsite when they heard an unsettling noise in the distance. What could it be? Well, they decided to whip out their camera to capture the moment.
That was a child screaming.
Joe, listen.
Or like a woman or something. That was a female screaming. Phil. Please, please, please. No.
Holy shit, okay.
Wieder. Was?
Oh my God, Phil, it sounds like somebody's being.
What they recorded was absolutely hair-raising, a chilling scream that sent shivers down their spines.
Please. No.
Holy.
Was it a woman's voice or something else entirely? The internet had mixed
Der
opinions,
tut einen Sack jetzt
ranging
weg.
from its being a
Hätte sie ja
mountain
irgendwie
lion
nach
to a
Reifenquietschen
skinwalker.
umgekehrt.
But the mystery didn't end there. In the second part,
Ja, aber der hat's
things
Wort
got
geschreien,
even
halt.
stranger.
Oh my
Nah.
God, Phil, it sounds like somebody's.
Dude, how's that first that? It's frozen.
Phil, that sounds like some scary movie in the middle of
Dude, I have
nowhere.
the biggest revolver ever, dude. That's probably.
Dude, we're in the middle of nowhere. Dude, that sounds like some haunted. Dude. What happened to the other steel target?
Das hängt da vom Baum. Und hängt da ein Tape-Idol over.
Ja, das sind Stiltargets, hat er gerade gesagt.
Achso.
Könnten da anscheinend schießen.
That right there. What the is that?
Okay, das ist kein Stiltarget.
No. Please tell me you guys are with me. Oh! No!
Uli.
As they approached the source of the eerie screams, something unexpected happened. A keen-eyed subscriber spotted a chilling detail. When the video was brightened, a humanoid figure seemed to be lurking
Alter,
behind one of the trees.
nee.
So they were not alone. Some speculated it could have been a barn owl, while others believe it might be an unknown creature, a cryptid perhaps.
Aber
Now,
warum
putting
redet
all
Uwe
these
mit
eerie
uns?
elements together, it's hard to ignore that something sinister is afoot.
Sorry, ich versuche mir das schön zu reden, okay?
Geil. Aber sehr weird.
Was ist denn another creature? Holy shit, Alter, aber Gänsehaut auf jeden Fall.
The following video was featured by Believe, a paranormal
Road again.
Der Mami Wikipedia, was? Der Mami Wowpedia.
The following video was
Ist unten
featured
gestanden.
by
Okay.
Believe, a
Ich hab bloß
paranormal
Mami
experience.
gelesen,
They
okay.
have received a message from a user who captured a really odd apparition at the old Paulding jail, which is located in Ohio. It was built in 1876 and remained open until 2006. Many eyewitnesses have reported of strange sightings and noises in there. Nowadays, the jail is open to paranormal enthusiasts and thrill seekers who can enjoy a tour through this old abandoned building or explore it by themselves even. One day, a man with the name Jim Colozzi states that he had caught something really unexplainable. He had several paranormal experiences in the house where he grew up in as a child. In this particular video, Jim was on the second floor of the jail cells. He broke away from the group to see if he could gather some evidence in one of the abandoned corridors. His phone was recording with a night vision app, but he couldn't come up with anything, so he thought at least. The next day, he went through his footage and found the following.
Alter.
He says that it was the first time that he could capture a video of a full shadow figure. And sure enough, we can see a shadow person coming out of the wall to the right, seemingly looking at Jim.
Weiß ich nicht.
It's also possible that this shadow is coming out of a door, but pretty hard to say though. What do you guys think happened here? Could it be an employee that was playing a prank? Or has Jim captured a proper shadow figure here? And he said that he was the only person in that area.
Ja gut, das kann jeder behaupten.
Now we are
Weird.
taking a look at
Sehr weird
another
auf jeden
really
Fall.
odd dashcam recording, which was taken by a man who was on the way home one night.
Immer
He
diese
tells us
Dashcams.
that it is pretty uncommon to come across people on that road, since it's very narrow and not intended for pedestrians. It was also very late that night, slimming down the chances that anybody would decide to walk these streets. Nevertheless, he came across a strange woman. The woman seems to be wearing red clothing of some sorts, but she's not carrying any light source, meaning that she must have been walking up that road for hours in pitch darkness. But the man didn't think anything of it and drove past her, only to run into her again a few minutes later.
What?
How was that possible?
Ah, hell no.
How could the lady be walking up this pitch
Weiß
black
ich
mountain
nicht.
road faster than a car? Of course, this is impossible.
Komm, schau dir
The
das
man
mal
was
irgendwie
sure
geht.
that he must have captured a ghost that night.
Wild.
Ja,
So,
aber die Chance, dass er zwei Leute genau das gleiche anhaben?
nee.
Niemals. Dinos
Now it's
und
time
jetzt
to
geht's
take a
ab,
look
Alter.
at an
Jetzt kommt aber mal der
update from
Jurassic
user
Park
Dynamite,
raus.
who's keeping us on the edge of our seats for several months now with
Jetzt aber mal
another pretty
Tedia.
unsettling case involving pretty eerie shadow encounters in
IRL
his own
Tedia.
house. He has caught this thing several times
Okay,
in the
right.
past, and the last time we had taken a look at was when a paranormal investigator
Ah.
was spooked out of his basement,
Holy.
after probably coming across the dwelling shadow entity. After Dino started contacting the shadow entity tonight in the basement, he also seems to have a creepy encounter with it.
Der tut was, Dino. Ja, fast.
I just want to talk, man.
Ja, die Tür aufgemacht. Fühl dich doch nicht so auf gleich.
Did this thing spook him out of there as well? But it didn't stop there. Dino woke up to loud noises in his bedroom, and then the following unfolded.
Boah, im Raum.
No, 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 no,
my
no!
God.
What? Get out of my house, man!
The shadow seems to have made it into his bedroom,
God.
seemingly towering over him as he was still in the bed. How terrifying. I can't wait
How
to see how
terrifying!
this case
Ja,
will further
natürlich!
develop.
Raus! Er baut sich doch vorher
Ist
mal
sie-
auf.
Oh, ja. Weiß ich nicht.
Our next video was captured by CCTV
Boah.
camera.
Boah,
The story
Digga,
goes
Cam.
that neither the security staff
Holy
nor
shit.
customers could see what was going on at the time. Myself, I'm actually
Ja,
not
Alter,
too
das kann
sure what
alles sein.
exactly
Das kann auch ein
happened
Hund sein, der
that day.
langgezogen
It
wird.
left me with an eerie feeling.
Hart. Keine Ahnung, was weiß ich.
Notice how the security guard controlling the mouse makes us aware of a childlike figure that was captured on the security footage. It is an unusual thin shape that reminds me a lot of a shadow figure. The movement as well is pretty odd. I've never seen many people moving like that.
Weird.
See how the girl just stands still.
Weiß ich nicht, brauche ich nicht.
This goes on for
Geh mal
several
heim.
moments,
Muss jetzt aber auch
which
nichts
we don't
bedeuten,
see the
ganz
shadow
ehrlich.
move once. To me, the shape at this point looks way more like a human than moments earlier. Security staff stated that they could not see the girl in person in the actual mall.
Sehr weird. Weiß ich nicht.
But then there is a guard who, in my opinion, notices the girl sitting on the ground very clearly. But I have no idea what exactly happens next.
Ja,
It
Alter,
baffles my
hä?
mind.
Wir haben heute das andere nicht als Arschlöcher.
The shape follows two customers, phases through one of them, and disappears at the end of the hallway.
Ist mal abdampft.
Aufgelöst,
Hammer
weggesnappt worden.
Fies.
How do you explain this phenomena? Was
Ja,
it simply
keine
a little
Ahnung.
girl? And this
Das
whole video just a
weird.
hoax?
Hat nicht
else could the
überzeugt,
customers
glaube ich.
just walk past the shape?
Nicht so ganz, das ist halt einfach nur eine scheiß Kamera.
Now we join a lone adventurer as he steps into an abandoned house,
Wow.
enveloped in mystery. With each cautious step, he delves deeper into the chilling
Weiß
history
ich
that
nicht.
haunts this place.
Nee,
The
nee, nee,
locals have
sofort
forbidden
raus.
entry, and for good
Das Haus
reason.
erinnert
Once
mich an
upon a
Welt
time,
Retro.
an enigmatic old man called this house his home. He lived a solitary life until his final days. What makes it more perplexing is that no one else ever resided in this vast structure, but it's the events that occurred after his passing. Neighbors share tales of shadowy figures seen near the second floor windows, and the sound of children's laughter in the dead of night. Armed with this knowledge, our fearless explorer proceeds with caution, prepared for the supernatural.
Es ist anstrengend, das Video. Na.
Weiß ich nicht. Also das ist schon weird. Aber danke, dass es genau zurückstößt.
Suddenly, out of thin air, a small object topples. He pauses, trying to find a logical explanation, but none comes to mind. The object fell on its own, leaving him unsettled.
Das ist
But
halt
also,
direkt
at the
hinter
same
ihm.
time, a creepy shadow can be seen entering a room on the stationary camera, and he had no idea that he caught that. Strange. Undeterred, our explorer
Okay.
ascends the creaky staircase, determined to uncover the secrets of the second floor. He sets up another camera, capturing a different
die Dinger, die da
Little does he
runterhängen.
know, within a few frames, a mysterious silhouette appears against the wall.
So. Na, na.
Nee.
Nee. Peace, I'm gone. Nein.
Sei Schatten ist es nicht.
It's only
This is a
upon
kleiner
later
Bur.
review that he notices the spectral figure. It sends a chill down his spine, but the real terror is yet to unfold. Our brave investigator discovers several mysterious locked rooms, and a sense of unease fills the
Hilft uns
air,
bitte.
raising his apprehension.
Ding dong. Ops.
Sehr wahrscheinlich Corgorio.
Definitiv Jure.
In a horrifying twist, the door slams shut as soon as he enters, trapping him inside. Panic sets in as he frantically
Bleib
tries to
stop,
escape,
mein
only to
Freund.
find the door firmly locked. Miraculously, the door unlocks itself, and the man is fleeing in terror.
Verständlich.
Man konnte sich unterhalten.
The camera abruptly stops recording, leaving the reminder of his
Na,
escape
na, 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 na,
unchecked.
na.
Da bist du halt wer
Yet, right
gestanden.
before it
dort.
shuts off, a chilling sight is captured. The lens pans to the room he just left, revealing a shadowy figure standing ominously, observing his frantic retreat.
Weiß ich
The
nicht.
realization that he was never alone made the man feel quite uneasy.
Alter, ich fühle mich hier schon quite uneasy. Wie lange geht denn das?
Mhm.
Junge. Oh, nee.
Clara NS.
Was findest du schlimmer? Du, so Sachen, wenn jetzt einfach eine Tür aufspawnt einfach?
Mhm.
Oder Gesichter direkt, die man irgendwo sieht? So eure Damen, wie die eine davor, die irgendwo rumgeht? Oder Schatten?
Ich glaube Schatten und Türen
Echt?
kicken mit am meisten.
Ich glaube, der meisten Schiss
So
für so eine
Gesichter
Frau.
konnte ich mir noch irgendwie erklären und so.
Ja, aber so eine
wenn
Frau, die man nicht
aus
gesehen
dem
hat.
Nicht- Wenn die aus dem
Sorry.
Nichts kommt, dann schon eher das auch. Ja.
Aber Schatten, wenn du irgendwo rumgehst, du filmst und es steht da einfach so ein Schatten von irgendwas und
Muss nicht.
The TikTok user from Germany realized that the strange face was
Clara.
speaking out of a neighboring house just across the fence. It clearly was
Mit
not
am Ende bist
belonging to any
broken.
of the people who lived
Klana.
Weiß ich nicht.
Sowas meine ich.
The question is, does this face belong to a person living in the house, or is it something completely different?
Schaust wie Gary.
This gets even more interesting a couple of days later. Good thing I speak German.
Da Leute, ich wollte gerade drehen, wieder das Haus, wo die zwei Augen sind. Und dort unten steht einfach ein Typ und schaut mich zu. Das ist gruselig. Ah.
Now the same face popped up again, days after. The dude in front of the house, I don't think he had anything to do with it though. Were the eyes paranormal related? I couldn't say.
Wenn man es halt singt, dat. Scheit.
Wenn es eine gute
The
Aufnahme war.
following video was recorded by a paranormal enthusiast from Mexico and shared on his very own channel, Smith. He was out exploring a cemetery all by himself that night, and the video in question was recorded shortly before dawn. The man was initially a bit disappointed since he didn't really come across anything noteworthy that night, but after getting home and reviewing all of his footage, he realized that something was perhaps standing just meters away from him.
No sé. Estoy solo, totalmente solo. Y me vale madre, me vale madre lo que piensa la gente. Pero sí,
Weiß ich
aquí
nicht.
estamos.
A dark shadow entity seems to be standing right in front of him by a grave. Carr swore that
Kann
nobody else was
sei
there,
Schatten
at least
sein.
as far as he could tell. And why would that person stand in pitch darkness anyway? So, did he capture a spirit
Das
here,
ist
a
sein
ghostly
Schatten.
visitor?
Sonst waren die Seiten noch
Or how
nicht so
else do we
beleuchtet
explain
vor
this
dem
black
Grab.
silhouette? Very unsettling.
Die Schuhe.
Ja, ein Settling ist es auf jeden Fall. Aber
Now we want to take a look at a series of videos that were captured by Bailey, a caretaker in a supposedly haunted theater. On his profile, Theater of the Absurd, he had shared some pretty bone-chilling encounters in the past that we also have taken a look at the time. One night he captured something in one of the upper booths of the theater.
okay.
It was quiet around his profile for a while. He
Sackelsrückgau.
says that it is pretty rare to capture something on video and that he wouldn't upload if nothing interesting was happening. What started him to pick up his phone again was a really unusual encounter that he had one night on one of his recent night shifts. He and his colleague Brad are now both patrolling the night shift, and after some unusual noises from the back of a room, Bailey found this.
Hey, Brett. Brad, you good? Hey. You're freaking me out, man. Okay.
It didn't have to be anything paranormal, but it was very strange behavior for his colleague. To just stand there and look at the wall. It made Bailey quite a bit uneasy to say the least. From this night on, more and more interesting encounters started to unfold again.
Alright, y'all. My heart is racing. Okay, so I see this sometimes. I've tried to catch this on camera. Nothing over here. I promise there's nothing over here. I'm not doing anything to manipulate this. Watch. Look. You see that? This is what I'm talking about. Okay, check it out. I'm gonna get another one. Look. I'm not doing anything, I swear. I'm just standing here. I see this all the time. It only happens. Okay, yeah, see? It only happens to this. Okay, that's the biggest I've ever seen it.
This night he was giving a little
Aladdin,
tour on
mich da wieder
Instagram,
warm.
and without even noticing, there seemed to be standing something next to the old workshop.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm here. Empty theater. Pretty depressing during COVID times. Hopefully we can get things back open. It's backstage, can't see it very well, but what?
Nein. Skipatsche.
Holy. I'm turning the lights on.
Boah, Alter. Dieses weg. Renner von diesem... Ah, nee.
Mhm.
Not necessarily easy to make out, but many believe this to be a shadow person.
Ich hab
How
komplett
unsettling.
Gänsehaut.
When Beatty's attention gets grabbed by a loud noise on one of the following night shifts, he goes for another tour with his cell phone, and it would appear that whatever he had captured prior, standing next to the shop, was back yet again.
9 p.m. on a Saturday. This is my life. So I'm walking through the main stage. Yeah, I'll flip it. Okay. Ghost light is on. No one in here. Hello? Okay.
Da stehen ganz zwei.
A shadow can be seen, standing on the upper part of the auditorium. He swore that it wasn't his colleague, and that he was quite sure that this had to be one of the ghosts that haunt this place. Do you agree
Stehen doch
with him?
zwei leider
Interesting,
daneben.
he actually saw it this time around, wouldn't you say? Let's keep an eye open on that mystery.
Following recordings stem from May 2020, and they were captured by a young man who was out on the streets with his friends. The quarantine was just loosened a bit, and they were happy to spend some time together. However, something terrifying was about to unfold. One of the guys sees an eerie figure in the distance, and he swears that it was talking to them. And it's especially weird, because it was already pretty late, and they did not notice anybody else around at the time. Let's take a look.
No, that's like a young person. I mean, after all, it is quarantine. Like, we're getting the out of here.
Immer heute ab was. Ich mein, Geräusche sind ja so schlimm.
I'm dead.
Oh.
Serious, this is freaking me the out. That doesn't right in front of my son. Dude, I'm actually freaking out. Dude, I'm gonna. Dude, it gets more. Dude, that thing looks like it's looking right at us like this. That's what's meant to do. Look at it. What the? Every time I move closer, it looks more and like a figurine. I did not see that when we passed. Dude, okay. You know, yeah.
And then, according to the guys, this figure just vanished into thin air.
Ja, das ist mal weg einfach.
My reaction.
It reappeared again moments after, but this was where the recording ended. So let's think about this for a second. This apparition looks like a little boy, but what would a boy do there alone at night? If this isn't just a fun skit played out by the man, what did they come across here?
So, Fridolin, heute gehst du wieder Menschen erschrecken.
Listen closely.
Steh um 3 Uhr morgens. Na, nö. Dann sofort durchdrehen.
Okay, ja,
Now we want to
please.
take a look at an update from paranormal enthusiasts, Signs and Signals. In the past, they had traveled to an old haunted church one night, and they came across a really creepy looking shadow person peeking from behind the corner. Almost a year later, they venture out to the same church to see if whatever was visiting them that night still remains in there. And it didn't take long until really weird things started to unfold.
Okay, wohin?
See,
That went to us before. No, we just need to stop coming back here, man. No, I'm good.
Poltergeist activity is a common sign for a strong otherworldly presence. Apparently this church was also home to several rituals that people conducted in the past. A bit later, they captured this.
We've seen you in here before. We know that you're in here. And you know that we know that you're in here.
So why are you here?
Was this the infamous shadow from the past? Who knows, but it got even a little bit more creepy.
Let's just go into the main area.
Yeah, go see where.
It always shows itself whenever we go in there.
You heard the voice from like out here. It wasn't from back here.
It sounded like it was from somewhere else in here. It wasn't like in the hall.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just gonna run over there. That's what you don't care.
Oh my God!
Revenant.
Oh my God.
Gänsehaut und Revenant.
Mhm.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my
Aber das quietscht dann noch jetzt halt über Schuhe. Den habe ich nicht mehr gesehen. Nein.
After something was seemingly
Ja,
running
definitiv
at them,
a Revenant.
they come across this shadow just sitting there.
Auf
and watching
Contact.
them. Was it perhaps playing tricks on them? It is very likely. I
Apocalypse
invite you to check
Revenant,
their whole
Alter.
investigation out on Signs and Signals. Next, we want to check out the case of Fernanda Ill, who moved
Ding,
into a
Kur
new
ist gruselig
place
und
with
das
her
Mädel
little
oben.
daughter, and who thinks that there might be negative spirit roaming this place. At least there are some paranormal events unfolding that make her think that. Her little daughter also seems to see the spirit of a girl, which is what she tells her mom ever so often, capturing different activity almost on a daily basis. Fernanda started documenting them all and sharing them with her followers. Let's take a look. The entity loves to push her daughter's dolls from the upper shelf.
Raben auf, Kim.
And apparently also likes to go for a little snack in the midst of day.
Ja, da Hunger.
Gut.
Na. Was überhaupt ist es?
It appears to be a playful spirit, doesn't it?
Ein Punching Bag, I
On
guess.
one of the following days, Fernanda realizes
Reichschlangen,
that there
Anna.
seems to be something happening again in her home. And she makes it up to the upper floor of the house to further document the weird events. First she goes through all the rooms, like the bathroom and bedroom, since she thought she might have heard a voice coming from there, which is pretty odd. But something even more terrifying was waiting for her a bit later, once the sun had vanished. A shadow girl, or a woman for that matter, just stands there and apparently staring at her. This startled her quite a bit. And what could
So,
it
ich
have
hab gedacht,
been?
das ist irgendein Perversling, der von draußen reinschaut.
She
Ja,
found
was?
mud and
Hat so
footsteps
ausgeschaut,
in
das
the
hat der
house.
unten am
Yeah.
Window so,
It
aha.
was weird, since
Ja,
it
ist klar,
hasn't
nee.
rained
Was
there
ist?
or was muddy outside at all.
Steht da
So
ein Mädel
Fernanda
drin.
decides to use some baby powder on the floor to track if anything strange can be detected walking through the house again that shouldn't be there in the first place. And in her next update, she shows that actually there appeared to be something walking through the powder. And the size of the prints are pretty much inexplicable, since they don't own a pet that could have caused them.
Of course, it could have been rats, but they probably would have smaller imprints than that. But what's even more unsettling is that the prints lead to one of her closets. And funny enough, whatever walked through the powder also seemed to walk on the closet door, which is pretty wild if you think about it.
Das sah jetzt aber schon aus, schon wie ein Hundepfote oder irgendwas.
Then, 3 o'clock at night, she gets woken up by really loud bangs stemming from the outside of her door, and she says that whoever entered the property must have made it through an electric gate, which is technically impossible. Where did those noises stem from?
Amigo, solo quiero grabar este video para documentar que hoy a las 3:08 de la mañana se está escuchando que alguien está tocando la puerta de mi casa.
Lass mich rein! Ich muss rein!
Der stürzt nicht ab, der fliegt weiter.
No hay nadie afuera.
In the next update, she says that she believes that a creature with a tail is responsible for that. That is an urban legend, and she thinks that she has seen it briefly before it disappeared that night into the closet. How odd. And sure enough, within the closet, there are some scratch marks that have been caused. That's pretty unsettling.
Weiß ich jetzt
And
nicht.
there is a fingernail. It doesn't belong to an animal. It looks human, to be honest. And what does all of that mean? Was it a human inside the closet that was scratching?
Es ist aber schon reidig.
Maybe something paranormal
Hilfe.
related. I'll keep you guys posted.
Sehr noch.
The next clip was recorded by a driver one night who was on his way home and was taking a local highway. He didn't notice anything out of the ordinary up until this point, but when the incident occurred, he saw a dark flickering object just standing in the middle of the road. An object that had human-like features based on his reports, and it becomes quite apparent that even the other drivers saw it too.
Ach so.
Oh mein Gott! Ich hab nach vorn geschaut, irgendwas gesucht.
Ich ja.
It is not that easy to make out, but you can actually see the outlines of a shadow person that just appears on the road, and the cars are doing their best to avoid impact, making them swivel quite a bit, especially the car on the left. What's weird is that the cars in front don't seem to react all that much. Maybe that's because this thing appears right after the cars in the front have passed it. The driver says that he did not see anything up until he was about to hit this thing, making him believe that it could have been an actual spirit that manifested.
Spirit, okay.
So, how else could anybody end up on the middle of the road like that?
Handelt seit 3 Minuten nicht.
Easy. So geht das. Auf ganz entspannt.
Oh, das war's.
Ja, insane. Also da waren jetzt ein paar sehr wilde Sachen dabei.
Mhm.
Boah, was war jetzt so dein Ding da? Dein Schlimmstes? Was findest du jetzt von denen am schlimmsten?
Dieses Mädel in dem Wald. Ganz vom Anfang.
Mit den Jungs. Mit der Mannschaft.
Da, das.
Ja.
No.
Ja. Der Scream, wenn er da hingeht.
Gänsehaut.
Bin ich raus. Da bin ich so weg, Alter. Da zieh ich durch. Da fliege ich gerne in ein anderes Land, aber gehe dann nicht mehr in die Nähe.
Ja, und der Schatten. In dieser Papierhütte da.
Ja.
Der hier. Der war creepy. Aber na, nicht einmal der, sondern eher der davor. Er hier!
figure. It sends a chill down his spine. But the real terror.
So weird. Weiß ich nicht, ob das sein muss. Ne?
Definitiv meine. Und das, nö.
Kann ich mich so anschließen.
Ja, nee. Also, gehen wir wieder zum Bizarre. Das glaube ich ist gescheitert. Da waren zwar auch creepy Sachen dabei, aber holy shit. Okay.
Ja, dann schreibt uns doch gerne mal in die Kommentare, welches ihr davon am gruseligsten gefunden habt. Ob ihr selber auch schon mal sowas erlebt habt. Ich hoffe doch nicht. Und dann würde ich sagen, sehen wir uns in einem der nächsten Videos. Haut rein, euch noch einen schönen Tag und bye bye.
Tschö.